João Fernando fled his home in Mozambique's Tete province in December last year. He says government forces arrived at his village in the early hours of the morning and began torching houses. Government and opposition fighters then exchanged fire. João says he saw dead bodies on the ground as he escaped with his wife and 5 children.
We spent almost 3 months in the bush. We were hungry and sometimes I would try to sneak into our home to get food. But once I came across some soldiers and they pointed their weapons at me, that's when I decided we should leave for the refugee camp.
João is one of over 10,000 refugees who've crossed the border into Malawi since last year. They're being relocated here to Luwani refugee camp, many with similar reasons for fleeing.
There was a lot of fighting. Bullets were flying near us and there was smoke everywhere. That's when we decided to flee. My own family wasn't hurt, but I recently learned that my brother was shot dead after we arrived here.
Mozambique's government has sought to play down reports of widespread violence, but the number of refugees who've fled and the conditions in which they've done so tell a different story.
Some of the people which were interviewed had traveled maybe for, say, 2 weeks. So they were weak. They had no food when they were in the bush. Most of them had left everything, all their properties behind in Mozambique. And some, in other situations, you would find that there were unaccompanied children, and these had to be taken care of.
The United Nations Human Rights Office and other groups have documented refugees' testimonies in which they accuse both sides of atrocities, including sexual abuse and summary executions. Many here say they can't envisage going back home.
We can't return now. People are still being killed over there. We heard from those who had tried to return and had to come back that between 5 and 10 of our friends were killed.
No, that is not an option. Those people were dressed in camouflage, hiding and waiting to kill us.
While Mozambique's government and opposition disagree over who's responsible for the alleged atrocities, the humanitarian fallout continues to grow, and there's mounting evidence to suggest that nearly a quarter century after its civil war, Mozambique could once again be mired in conflict. Clementine, Logan, CCTV, Luwani refugee camp in Malawi.